What's poppin', everybody? Wolf94 bringing you guys Pokemon sets from past formats. Today we're doing a set that really is like an homage to the Pokemon legacy, at least from the first generation to the fourth generation, which is kind of like the real Pokemon legacy if you ask me. But yeah, we're gonna be doing Call of Legends today, the very last set uh, in the DP slash fourth generation era. It actually was the first set of 2011, mind you. And yeah, the last set where you basically saw Pokemon with Poke Powers, Poke Bodies, some of the more old school shit. Starting with Black and White, a lot of shit changed, to abilities, the rules changed for shit, and a lot of not so great things happened. Uh, Even though, the Black and White and X and Y and stuff like that, it's kind of its own era. I think things kind of got fixed more when the X and Y era started, and it blends in nicely with Black and White. But yeah, this set is purely a collector's like set. I don't know any other way to say it. A set of full of legend cards, uh, full of the super expensive special energy cards. These ones here. And it is actually one of the most expensive sets these days, especially for how new it is. When you compare it with some of the other hard gold, soul silver sets and other DP sets too. You can actually find some around on eBay and what have you. It's not like some of the other ones like Legends Awakened where you can't even find a box. But it really is expensive. You definitely have to pay like 500 pounds, I'm pretty sure, if you're gonna get lucky. Something like that. You won't find it less than 400 pounds. Yeah, I'm talking in pounds sterling anyway. But it is pretty special. When this was released, it wasn't really all that great. It was a reprint sort of collector set with the legendary cards and what have you, the energies. But it didn't really have playable cards. But right now, it's a collector set. Very expensive. So the reason why I think that this set is so expensive is because of the energies. The energies here that have the special art on them, like if we click on the grass energy, you can see, oh wow, it's not even going to show the scan. But I mean, you guys can see, it has like the Celebi and the forest here. Man, what was that forest called? Fuck, I don't remember. But you guys know in Azalea Town, Azalea Forest, I think. Yeah, it must be something like that. And then with the fire energy, you got Ho-Ho and the Burnt Tower. And then you got for the water energy, Lugia and the fucking, it's not Seaform Islands, but whatever it's called. Then you got the Lighthouse with Ampharos. You got Espeon here. I can't really look at the scenery, but I imagine it's something to do with a Krutech town. And then you got Sudowoodo here. You got Umbreon, the Darkness one and the Metal one. You got, well, I can't see shit. Oh, it's Steelix. Okay. So basically, this is one of the biggest reasons, if not the biggest reason, why this set, I feel like it's got so expensive pretty quickly. People really value and want to use these energies in decks and stuff, kind of pimp out their deck. They're probably the best looking energies. I mean, I really like the ones in the EX era, like from I believe EX Power Keepers and EX Hollow Phantoms, that kind of stuff, and the ones in God, I don't remember the set. I think yeah, Emerald. They're pretty cool. They're probably my favorites, but these are like a close second. They're very beautiful energies. You will find this man. You would find like each one of these energies for like maybe $8 a piece, and now they're like $15, $20 a pop. Very expensive. I mean, they are kind of rare. There are like hollow energies, you could say. You could get a box and get like maybe two of these. I don't know what the ratios are, but people have told me all sorts of ratios. You get like two hollow cards, you get two hollow energy cards, two legendary cards, and maybe like two shiny cards. Shit like this, but yeah. So The other thing in this set is you get all these legendary cards, legendary Pokemon. This is why I say it has this sort of legacy. I don't know what the hell is the word, but represents all the Pokemon eras up to the 4th generation. We have Deoxys here, Dialga, you got Groudon. They didn't put them next to each other. I guess they're next to each other over here in their shiny forms. But yeah, you got the regular ass legends. Like, let's click on Deoxys here. Wow, it's not going to show the fucking card scan. Damn. But yeah, basic Pokemon 80 HP. Sailstorm is going to do 60 for 3 psychic energies, and then you discard 2 psychic energies. But you also heal 6. Now, I mean, I guess if there was a way to power up uh, psychic energies, put psychic energies quickly, maybe this wouldn't be that bad because you do heal a lot. If this was a water Pokemon, maybe you could use this with Feraligatr, but hard to use. Basically, most, if not all of these legendary Pokemon in here are basically shit. They're basically ass. You can't really use them. They're just for collecting purposes. Uh, yeah, for example, this Dialga Time Rewind, it's going to do 70 for 4. That's not even that great, but you still have to pay a cost. You shuffle your hand into your deck. So basically, you lose your hand. Uh, I guess if you don't have any cards, you don't care. But even then, I mean, 70 for 4 energies, that's not cool, man. That's not good at all. Yeah. Espeon here. Okay, it's going to show the card scan for this one. Uh, I basically talked about this card in my Espeon uh, Pokemon TCG overview a little bit. It's not that good, but it might even be better than the Espeon Prime. I mean, Espeon Prime, maybe you can still use it like a one-of in an Espeon, in a evolution deck, so you can get that coverage, maybe get some psychic coverage. But this card is just better on its own. Solar Suggestion, move up to 4 damage counters from any of your Pokemon to an opponent's Pokemon. So it's like you do 40 damage and you heal 40, but you kind of have to have those damage counters. If you have less, then it becomes weaker. And if it doesn't have anything, then you can't do shit. Yeah, very beautiful card though. Basically, what this set has for new cards are like the legendary Pokemon, their shiny versions, the energies and shit. These are basically the same energies as the ones in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, the original set, just with some good ass holographic technology. Looking pretty good. A few new cards like this Research Record here, and Lost World, Lost Remover, and the rest is just basically reprints with alternate art. Like I said, it does have some new cards here and there. Like I think there's this Totodile here is a new card, but for the most part it's reprints. They decided to reprint a lot of shit cards for some reason. I mean, to be fair, most of the cards in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, besides like the primes and a few exceptional cards like Jumpluff and Ninetales and what have you, were basically pretty mediocre cards that couldn't really see play. Like we got this Clefable here, Moon Impact. It's going to do 2 for 40, and the first attack, Fairy Power, return one of your Pokemon all cards attached to your hand. Okay, you got Fortress here. I'm pretty sure that's from Undaunted. You got Mirror Shot. If the defending Pokemon tries to attack, yeah, you flip a coin and everyone's explode now. There's 3 damage times the number of Pinecoin Fortress you have in play, and it's gonna fuck your guys too. Yeah, not good. Not really good. And we got Groudon. This dude is gonna do Volcano Stomp. It's gonna do 80 for 4, and you flip a coin. If heads, you discard the top 4 cards of your opponent's deck. If tails, you discard 4 cards of your deck. So this is better than Dialga at least. I mean, 80 damage for 4 isn't that great, but I mean, I guess it's better than 70. And I mean, I guess the cost could fuck you up too. If you get tails, you're gonna mill your deck a lot. But if you get heads, you fuck up your opponent in a very big way. And he doesn't have a drawback, so I guess it's a little better. Yeah, Gyarados, this is a reprint for the Gyarados in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. It's actually not bad if you want to use this maybe with Feraligatr 80 for 4, and you always discard an energy, not bad. It also has a lot of HP since it's Gyarados, stage 1 Pokemon. Got Ho-Ho, Jirachi, I believe this must be the, yeah, Unleash Jirachi reprint. Got Kyogre. Destructive Tsunami. You flip a coin. If heads, this is going to do 40 damage to all of your opponent's Pokemon. If tails, you're going to get 40 to all of your guys. Super high risk shit. I remember Puka talking about this card in one of his videos when he was talking about the riskiest cards, the top 20 riskiest cards of all time. Maybe you guys check it out. I don't see myself doing a top 20 like that, a top 10 kind of video like that, but yeah. You got Leafeon. You get all the evolutions in here, reprints, and they look pretty good with alternate art. Most of them. I really like a lot of them. Like, where's the Flareon? Yeah, looks so cute. Kind of chasing, playing with the Firestone. And Jolteon too, and Vaporeon. Yeah, I'm probably not going to talk too much about the effects of these cards because a lot of them we're still going to cover in sets like Undaunted, and they're not really that great anyway. Uh, they're collectibles, like I've said. Vaporeon. Yep. So I guess if we are going to cover something, we're going to cover, I guess, the most impactful card maybe from this set, and that will be Lost World. So this is a stadium card, and it was the first real card that kind of gave us an alternate win condition, like Exodia and what have you in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you guys, I mean, even if you don't give a fuck about Yu-Gi-Oh!, you might know, you should know maybe about the Exodia shit, how you win. It's basically like a meme, the Yu-Gi-Oh!, the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! But anyway, so this card is a field spell, a stadium, fuck, yeah, thinking of Yu-Gi-Oh! And during each player's turn, if that player's opponent has 6 or more Pokemon in the Lost Zone, that player may choose to win the game. So basically, if it's your turn, from what I understand how it worked, I never used Lost Scar. If it's your turn and your opponent has 6 Pokemon in the Lost Zone while you have this down, you can declare yourself the winner. Now your opponent can do this too, which is kind of maybe risky if they put Pokemon in the Lost World too in some way. But usually this card was used basically with Gengar from Triumphant, Gengar Prime. It was the best method of consistently putting Pokemon from your opponent's hand into the Lost Zone. And if you did things right, you could win pretty quickly and win very cheaply, kind of a thing. This is why people thought it was broken, because you could just, if you just got lucky basically, and even if you attack 2 times and you manage to put, let's say, 2 Pokemon each, that was 4 Pokemon already. So if you got lucky, you could just attack just like maybe 5 times or something, and you would just win this way. Now, it wasn't as busted as people were hyping it out to be. The deck had a lot of weaknesses and shit, but it was still kind of a good deck for a little while at least. I mean, I guess when the black and white shit started, maybe it was still kind of good. In fucking, what's it called? In Pokemon TCG Online, I'm pretty sure Gengar Prime is banned. Or, I mean, they probably should have banned this card, honestly. I don't know. But that strategy is kind of banned because with all the broken shit, extra shit we have these days, I think you just can do it so much easier. Yeah. But yeah, this was the card. Then we got Lost Remover, another new card in this set. This was like the original Enhanced Hammer. You put a special energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon in the Lost Zone. So it's an Enhanced Hammer that you put the special energy in the Lost Zone. So that might actually, it makes it even better actually. So when this card was released, at the dying days of the SP format, it was coming to a close. It wasn't that amazing because even though you could get rid of DCE, Garchomp was usually gonna, they were gonna attach the DCE and attack, and they were gonna discard it. So that kind of stuff. Clever players, and what I do when I use special energy cards like DCE and strong energy and what have you, when I play on TCG Online and stuff, you kind of want to time them right. You don't want to just put them out there just in case your opponent does use Enhance Hammer. You're going to play them when you know, okay, I'm going to play them now and attack. So at least you got one attack off. Sometimes you don't have a choice. They might be the only energies in hand, and you're going to attach them so that you don't miss your turn. But you guys get what I'm trying to say is you kind of have to be mindful how you play them when cards like this exist. So yeah, it was that people were gonna know when they put the DC on Garchomp and shit. As for other energies, special energies, I mean, I guess there was call energies and there was a lot of special energies, but it just the format wasn't right for this card to be used a lot. And if you used it, it would be like what, like a one card tech. There was a lot of trainer lock too back then, and that kind of sucked. Man, there's more things that it had going against it that I don't remember. I remember Jay Witt's talking about it. He has a video talking about all the downsides of this card. But yeah, uh, good card. I mean, it's better than Enhanced Hammer if you want to use it in TCG Online, in Unlimited and Legacy and what have you. But yeah, it just didn't do as much as it could when it was released. Kind of like Crobat Prime. Good card, but it just the format wasn't right for it at the time. And the last new card of the trainers is the Research Records. Research Record. You look at the top 4 cards of your deck, and then you put as many as you like back to the top of your deck in any order. Then you put the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck. So basically what you did with this is you could arrange the cards of your deck, and maybe it will help with something like Salaman's Arceus. Now this wasn't enough for that Pokemon to be great, unfortunately, but yeah, you're probably better off using Delcatty with that dude anyway. But I guess maybe you could try and use it. It looks kind of cool. This sort of a record uh, book thing. But yeah, not really enough. So I don't think there's any other new cards for the trainers. The other stuff is just reprints. You got Cheerleaders Cheer, Copycat, Dual Ball, Elm, and Oxen Theory, Sage's Training. So let's talk about the shiny cards. These were like secret rare cards, maybe, I guess, but you could get like maybe 2 in every box, maybe. I think that those were the ratios. And they were basically the same Pokemon as the legends in here, but they were just shiny. So for example, Deoxys, this is the shiny form. It looks like a pretty good holographic card. I don't actually own any of these, I'm pretty sure. Not a single one of these shiny cards. I own like some of the regular ones like Rayquaza and Deoxys and Groudon, the regular card. But these ones, the shiny versions, I don't own a single one. Gotta get those too someday, but yeah. So this is Deoxys. Got Dialga. Looks pretty cool. Too bad the attack is shit. Got Entei too. Man, I believe these cards were in tins as well, or maybe it's a different type of card. So this is one that's gonna do 70 for 3. Make you discard 3 cards of your deck. Damn. And Entei's retreat cost goes down for each fire energy. So if you have enough, I guess, to attack with this dude, you're gonna retreat for free. Okay. You got the Groudon. Golden dude. It's not gonna show us. This one looks so nice. Kyogre. Man, I have to get this for sure. Got Ho-Ho. What does this do? It needs 5 fucking 5 fucking fire energies to do 100, and if you flip tails, you're gonna lose them all. Terrible. Terrible, dog. Lugia. This one is pretty good. This one, at least, it's gonna do 100 for 5 and no costs. Not bad, actually, because this is a basic Pokemon we have to remember. I mean, if Steelix Prime did 100 for 5, and this does 100 for 5 too, with no effect, but it's a basic Pokemon, then maybe it's more acceptable. And a linear attack, a 30 damage snipe for 3, okay, that's not good. Palkia, 60 for 4, and then both of you guys switch. This one is my favorite for sure. You guys know Rayquaza. This is actually not bad. I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is 100% a weaker ass attack than the Legends Awakened Rayquaza. They basically probably have the same stats. Maybe even like the Legends Awakened one has 1 retreat. But yeah, same HP. They both have a resistance to fighting, same weakness. Retreat, I'm not really sure, but it mustn't matter much. But for the same attack, uh, this one does 50 less damage. Oh no, actually, I think you have to discard all energies on the Rayquaza Legends Awakened one. Oh yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. This one you just discard 1 fire and 1 lightning. But I don't know, maybe you'd rather do 150 and discard everything rather than do 100 and then discard 2. I don't know. The other one also has a trick where you flip coins, and if you get lucky, you can grab the energies from the discard pile back. I guess if you put an expert belt on, it's still going to get some good knockouts, but you really need, man, you really need something to help this dude accelerate energy. But as you guys can see, even like these legend shiny cards, which are supposed to be shit, this Rayquaza is actually not as weak, is actually has a decent attack at least. Yeah. I mean, Emboar came out, but Rayquaza the Axis Legend was just easier to use, I think, because this guy needs 2 lightning energies to work. So yeah, hard shit. Suicune, I know this guy. It's gonna do Tsunami, 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. I believe it does damage too. And Raikou, it's gonna do 70 and 20 to one of your Pokemon. I should have been one to your opponents. And they all have the retreat for free shit, I guess. Let me find Suicune. I'm pretty sure you must do damage, right? If the regular versions are even here, I think they were just on the tints, perhaps. Yeah, you only get the shiny versions here. Oh well. I mean, I guess some of the better reprints of good cards would be things like Ninetales. We're gonna cover this in Heart Gold, Soul Silver too. It's not gonna show, but this was one of the better powers to draw cards if you were running a fire deck. I mean, it actually replaced Claydon fire decks anyway when it came out. This Pachirisu, I don't know if it's a new card, but it's definitely another one from Green Encounters. You got Smeargle. This, I guess, was a solid reprint. This is an Undaunted card with Portrait. You could choose a supporter card in your opponent's hand if you found it, and then use it. You were forced to do it, so if you found a Juniper and he didn't have anything else, they didn't have anything else, you had to use it. So if you didn't want to ditch your hand, you were gonna get screwed. Yeah, this is the Umbreon with Moonlight Fang too. So yeah, guys, there's not much to talk about. Most of these cards are reprints that either weren't really important to cover in Unleashed and Triumphant, respectively, and some of the ones that might be worth covering, I should probably cover them in their original set, Hard Gold, Soul Silver, or Undaunted. They're the last 2 Hard Gold, Soul Silver sets for me to cover. The rest is just Stormfront and Rising Rivals. We left those crazy ones in the end. I didn't do it on purpose, but yeah, if you're lucky enough to find this set at a good price, you definitely should get it. Uh, you probably won't. I had a very good chance to get this at 200 euros, but I was like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna go put the money in my bank account kind of shit because I think I didn't have enough, or I don't know what was the case. I think, no, I was waiting to get paid for my job back then. Maybe, I don't remember. Something that I saw this and I thought, okay, I have to wait though a few days first. And boom, just like I think one day later or something, it disappeared. That's what happens with these sets. If someone does get a box and they decide to sell it, if it goes at a decent price, and when I say decent price, I mean just not a super crazy price because they are going to be more expensive than what they originally are by a long shot. But if they do go up like that, they disappear in like seconds. Like there was a seller that had a Rise and Rivals booster box for $200 too, and he wasn't shipping in Cyprus. And I tried to negotiate with him uh, for him to ship it to me. I told him I would pay him a lot more money, like 300. But in the end, it didn't work out. I think he was trying to trick me, telling me to pay first and then he'll sell it, kind of thing. Yeah, I wanted him to modify the fucking uh, just modify the eBay listing and I just buy it there. I mean, but yeah, I'm talking about completely irrelevant things now. So I think we're gonna wrap this. There's not really much else to talk about this set. It really just has some cool ass shiny cards, collectible cards, legendary Pokemon. If you want to collect all the legendaries and shit, this is one of your sets. It's gonna have a lot of them. It's got some decent cards here and there, decent reprints here and there, but overall the ratios were not good. A lot of the reprints weren't good, primarily because there wasn't a lot of good ass hard gold, soul silver, non-prime cards. I mean, and a lot of the ones that maybe were kind of good, like Jump Love, they didn't even include them in here. I don't know why. That card should have been in here. Was one of the only good Pokemon, maybe. Then there's other Pokemon like, man, I don't know, maybe Nidoking. That guy wasn't bad either. I can't think of anything else. Perhaps Raichu, yeah, from Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Yeah, they just didn't do things right, I feel like. But I guess maybe they just wanted to get some general Pokemon from all the sets, not just put the strongest dudes. Who knows? Yeah. But anyways, guys, this has been Call of Legends. Hope you guys enjoyed this talk about the set. Hope you guys learned some insightful information. Good shit. I'm gonna cover the rest of the sets like I've said. We don't have many, and then I'm gonna have to think what I'm gonna do if I'm gonna do another sets from past formats, maybe with black and white stuff, or I don't know. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys subscribe, leave a like, share this with your friends, boy and girl, and Saberwolf94. What's up?